In fact, I'll show you the Montessori school because our university school is a Montessori school. But I don't call it a Montessori school. But time is not fixed.
Right.
All I'm saying is treat the kid so the kid feels good. How did I learn? Play golf. Somebody gave me a 5-iron and a putter. And the four of them played and I played.
I've always said that one of my things that I've always said to teachers and students and whatever trainings have given is I've always told them that a good English class should be like a good night out at the bar, where you're sitting around a table and you're talking with your friends, and it's something that you're enjoying and you're wanting to engage in, because we naturally, and I think if you think of bad relationships that you've had in your past, you naturally forget the times that are bad and you hold on to the times that are good. Because if learning is attached to negative emotions and negative feelings, just who we are, we're not going to retain that. However, we're going to retain what is we feel and what made us feel good and what we like. Those are the times. I still remember stories. I remember my grandmother. I'm from Texas, by the way. I remember my grandmother telling me stories about the Alamo as we were making the bed. And it wasn't so much that the stories engaged me, but it was just that time spent with my grandmother made that, and it's that emotion that's attached to those stories that I've carried on into my study of the subject over years. So yes, I agree.
You know what I tell people? Don't carry garbage. And if you're smart, you may not even let it in. Not too smart, you let it in, but don't carry it. Don't carry grudges, don't carry garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of it as quickly as you can.
Yep. But I think creating a stressful environment in a classroom, creating a time where we had a colleague teaching. Fred was who didn't understand this concept at all. That
he treated students the way he was treated as a student,
in the way he learned, but it was this sort of pressure that he put, and it's.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Pressure is good.
A little pressure sometimes is good. A little pressure.
Guided
but
pressure.
If it's
Guided pressure is not so bad. I took up golf when I retired at 65 years of age. And it looked like an easy game until I got the club.
Yeah.
It's not an easy game.
No.
It's a frustrating game.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing it when I had a sabbatical. And one day I stopped playing. And I said to the guys, excuse my language, I'm not going to continue to hit this fucking ball in the white hole for 4.5 hours. I'm not going to do it. So
not having fun.
I didn't go out for a while. And then I started to go out and play 9 holes.
Right.
And I relaxed and I enjoyed it. And I go out now on Saturdays with my son. And we play best ball.
Right.
So we par and come back. 2 Saturdays ago, we were 4- on 9 holes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was fun. And it's only an hour and a half.
Right.
So 8:30 I come home and I read the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Before I didn't get home till almost noon time.
Right.
And I was tired.
Yes.
And I was frustrated because I didn't hit 4 around the par. I hit 20 over par.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes it's good that I try to instill in I have a son and a daughter, and they'll construct these games in their head. And then if we can't play the games exactly how they construct them in their head, they get frustrated. And I tell them, we can change the rules of the game to make the game more fun. Just because we set out and decided this is what we're going to do and these were the rules, well, this doesn't work. So let's do it in a way that's more fun. And sometimes it's a hard concept to get across, and I don't know, maybe is one is because they're, things are so structured for them to have that you have to. It's weird that you have to teach innovation, isn't it?
Sure.
It's a weird concept. It seems like innovation should be one of the things that just springs forth.
Because it deals with strategies and it deals with other kinds of activities that you don't really get rewarded for. You get rewarded for staying in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And Friday taking your exam and getting an A. And if you get a B, it's not so good. You get a C. Mama, you says, "What'd you do getting a C?"
Yes.
But if the kid had until Tuesday of the next week, time is a variable. He can take it when he wants to. So you do consulting, right, with the ASF? Is that
Yeah.
right? And so if someone came and said he was starting a school, I mean, he's got a very specific idea in his head. It's almost because
if he hires you, I'll help.
It's this location in the Bahamas. It's a camp, right? Originally, it was a summer camp.
It was a summer camp for. It began as a summer camp for kids to study marine biology, and the individual who owns the place had it accredited for both undergraduate and graduate classes through University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, which I don't know a lot of. I know the university. I worked as a placement officer